Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got a new guest to the channel as usual. This time we're taking it not just out of the city, not just out of the state, but Oklahoma City. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the folks.
What's up, y'all? I'm MBK WOPPO. I'm from Oklahoma City, San Bernardino, California.
I remember hard nights, you wasn't there with us. Ask me why my niggas demons, they ain't share with us. All them cold nights, gotta do time. Hey, nigga, walk it out, keep your shoes tight. Hey, I make songs for the thugs to listen to. I just want a rich bitch, bring him by the two. Hey, with my brother with me, I don't gotta shoot. But if he do, then I'm a hoop, nigga, stick and move.
Oklahoma City. So you were born and raised there, or you were born in California?
So I was born in California in San Bernardino, and I grew up like in and out of Moreno Valley in San Bernardino. And then I moved out here when I was like 10, well, in Oklahoma when I was like 10. And then we went back and forth from there.
So tell us a little bit about living in California.
Shit, Cali's smooth. That shit, it's always something to do. It's good scenery in Oklahoma. Like, if you know it, it'd be real boring out there. It'd be really boring.
Because when a lot of times we hear California, we only hear LA. We don't really, or the Bay Area. We don't really hear San Bernardino. Is it like real fast paced in Cali?
See, San Bernardino is right by LA. Like, if you drive like, I think it's like 30, 45 minutes, you be in LA. Like, so it's like right outside there. So yeah, it's real fast paced. Like, if you from Cali, like, you know about San Bernardino.
And what age were you when y'all left Cali?
I was like 10. We left Cali. Like, my grandma has like 16 kids. So like half of my family live in Cali and half of them live in Oklahoma. So it's like I had family in Cali and in Oklahoma. So we moved down to Oklahoma because it was cheaper. I was like 10, and then we moved back to Cali like 2 years later type shit.
That's good. So tell us about the transition to Oklahoma.
Whenever I was younger, it was whatever, because shit, my family was out there, so I had my cousins and shit. It was smooth. It was fun. Then you get older, that shit was just boring, really.
What age did you start taking music serious?
Like last year. So I'm like 18, so like last year, like 17, really.
Oh, okay. So you new to this?
Yeah.
And what is the reason that even got you into doing music?
Like, really, all my uncles been like rapping. My dad rap. Like, everybody, like, I grew up with really rap, so, like, I always just wanted to do it. Like, we used to freestyle and shit. Like, it was really, like, a part of my family type shit. And then I started doing it, and people was telling me I was good at it, so, like, I started trying to kind of take it serious.
Tell us about the Oklahoma, the hip hop scene. I'm not familiar with it. So, you know what I mean, is it jumping out there?
That shit dead. That shit's so dead, because it's like, I don't know, I feel like every time since I grew up out there, every time an Oklahoma rapper like start popping, start like making noise, doing his thing, he just stopped. They just stopped. Like, I don't want to name no names. Like, I'm not trying to sound like no haters.
Is it the lack of resources you think out there?
Yeah, it's the lack of resources, connections, like, it's not really like no money, like no environment. Like, you can move to LA and, like, you feel me, you got hella money, hella connections, hella shit you could do to boost your image, your career. In Oklahoma, it's not that. I ain't gonna lie. But I mean, it's like Oklahoma, like the gateway. Like, people be coming to Oklahoma to move shit, do they little shit, and then they leave. Like, but we don't really be coming up from nothing.
Is there potential there? Do you think that y'all have the potential to make something jump?
Yeah, hell yeah. It's hella talented people out there. Like, I know hella talented people out there. It's grimy though. Like, everybody grimy. Everybody, I don't know. Like, if you from Oklahoma, you know everybody grimy out there. Everybody backdoing, Like no, everybody just haters really.
I want to, since you speak on the griminess, watching First 48, it always seems like Oklahoma is one of the most common states that they always show on there. Is it really that dangerous out there?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's dangerous from all sides. Like you got the gang activity, and then you just got just dumb people, crackheads doing. You see about on the news doing crazy shit, but you got the gang activity. Like it seemed like every time you look at the news, it's some crazy shooting for like some dumbass reason for real. So it's like it's dangerous. But if you out there and you just doing your own thing, you really don't gotta worry about nothing. But
Seeing that Oklahoma is dangerous like that, you being an up and coming rapper, are you moving a certain way to try to limit yourself from that?
yeah, I be out the way. I don't be involved in none of the gang activity, none of that stuff. So I really don't be having to worry about nothing for real.
Now I'm gonna take it back. Like I'm gonna take it back to your childhood. Did you grow up? Were you playing sports or anything like that?
See, I always lived in like everywhere I lived. I always like lived in like the hood area, except like a couple years of my life we kind of moved into like a better part of town. But besides that, like I always lived in the hood, so we used to play like football and shit out there, basketball like in the apartments. You know how they got the little filmy fields and shit. We used to play football, basketball, and I always wanted to play sports, but like my parents really never had time or the money to put me in that shit. So like every once in a while, like I'll try to do that shit in school, but then I started getting in trouble and hella shit. So
Let's talk about school. Did you graduate high school?
nah, I'm still in high school.
Oh, you still in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Senior?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
So I mean, what's your plans after? You gonna go full time? Try to do the rapping thing? Is college on the agenda?
I ain't gonna lie, if the rapping shit work, I'm definitely down. But like, I still want to have a backup plan. Like, I always been like the nigga that want to do multiple things at once. So like, even if the rapping shit still work, like, but my goal, I really want to get into like real estate and like selling houses and wholesaling and all that type of shit.
Hey, that's good that you got a backup plan, because you see, I think a lot of newer artists coming in the game, they just think that it's gonna work out the way, but it's probably a
You feel me?
5% chance. Just like going to the NBA, going to the league is a very small chance that you might make it. It's easier to make it in music than you know what I'm saying, the pros, but it's still hard. What inspired the real estate though?
Really, my dad, like, that nigga used to be on my ass. He used to be, cause he always like, I feel like it's so much shit he didn't do whenever he was a kid that like he would want to tell me like, bro, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, cause you gonna regret it if you don't do nothing now, like whenever you older type shit. So like it was really his idea. He wanted to get into that shit, and like he used to put me on game about the shit. So then I started like doing my own research. So that's really where that came from.
Now, transitioning into the music though, I had checked you out. Shout out to your manager, Speed. Seems like you're getting some traction. You know what I'm saying? How did you develop that buzz in a short period of time?
Really? I don't know. I really like how it happened was I already was kind of making music, and I was just like promoting it through all my social media and shit. Like, so it's kind of like picking up, and people like started talking about me and shit. So then like, as like all the traction was coming in, like I had people hitting me up, like producers, like my videographer started throwing me deals because he seen that like I was really doing shit. So it was really like a blessing. Everybody started really like fucking with me like in a short period of time. So like the producer, like really like my first popping song is called I Remember. He threw me the beat. Well, I made the song already, and then like I hit him up and he heard it. He threw me the beat for hella cheap. And then like I was looking into promotion and shit, just promoting my shit on like social media and shit. So that shit just started blowing up out of nowhere.
How are you enjoying? How you been enjoying it so far?
I mean, it's cool. It ain't really like too crazy shit. Like I just be hearing about people like listening to my shit throughout the city and shit. But it's like it's cool. It ain't nothing too crazy.
So like, is Oklahoma? Is it saturated with a lot of rappers? Is everybody trying to be a rapper like everywhere else?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I think that's like just the new year. Like, well, not the new year, just the new generation. Everybody want to rap. So definitely in Oklahoma, everybody trying to rap. You see that everywhere though.
So who were some of the artists when you was coming up that inspired you to want to do music?
Like in Oklahoma or
Just in general.
For real, I'm gonna say Nipsey Hussle. I'm gonna say Mozzie. Dang. And I don't know. It's a lot of people on that. Like I be listening to different people at different times. I'm like, oh yeah, that shit hard. Like especially like if they make good music, like they could paint a picture and you can see where they're coming from. So I don't know. It's a couple people.
Is that where the West Coast influence comes from? Because I definitely hear I can hear a lot of the West Coast Bay Area type of DJ Buster type of vibes from when I listen to you.
That's all I've been like my whole family, like that's all we really been listening to, like, and the people that I associate myself with, grew up with, like that's all we was listening to. So
have you ever thought about moving back to Cali eventually to try to further your career, or you want to stay in Oklahoma?
I always want to move back to Cali. I talked to that, bro. Everybody I really talk to know I want to move back to Cali. That's like where I'm comfortable at for real.
And is that something that you're gonna go full force with? Like you're gonna make that happen?
Yeah. Whenever I ain't gonna lie, whenever I get my pockets right and I'm able to do that, definitely.
Is it fair though if you do go to Cali that it might not work?
Like as in music? Or
as in music,
like
yeah, the music, in the music.
I don't know. I never really thought about it like that. I really just wanted to go back to Cali because that's, you feel me, that's where I feel comfortable at. But with the music shit, I don't know. I feel like if it's jumping from out here, by the time I go out there, I feel like I can make it work.
Because and the reason I ask, because you see a lot of up and coming artists or actors or whatever. A lot of times they go to LA, they'll go to New York or whatever to chase that dream, and it doesn't always plan out because everybody's moving there. So that's the reason why I had asked that.
For sure. Especially like everybody want to move to LA too, so it's like I probably wouldn't move out there.
Now, outside of you doing music, what are some things that you're into, like video games, movies and little things like that?
Man, right now I ain't gonna lie, I just be working. Like that's all I do. I really just work. But like before that, like a couple years ago, I really just sold my PS4 too. But I used to play the game like 2K, Madden, Fortnite. I was on the Fortnite heavy. That game was that shit was bumping. I ain't gonna lie.
So I mean, you a big NBA fan?
I was, and then I don't know. I was at one point in time, then I just stopped watching that shit.
So like, what's some rappers now, like, from your city that are kind of, so you get educated, who are kind of doing some things out there?
From my city, I'm gonna say N7 and P-Wop. They've been doing their thing. I think they kind of stopped, but I still see like P-Wop, he be dropping some shit, and N7 just dropped some shit, and they've been doing their thing. Another rapper he not from my city, but he from the state. His name is like Gang Like June. I think he got signed to Kevin Gates. He been doing his thing. Like,
Oh, I know who you talking about.
yeah.
Dude with the dreads.
Yeah.
I've been seeing him. There's another artist out there. He does like the Christian hip hop. His name is Paris Chariz. He's doing some things out there too. I'm not familiar with, like I said, nobody from Oklahoma. It's kind of a loss because of music. I'm not really educated on it, man.
It's not too many people out there. Like, it's hard out there to like really get some shit jumping in like the music scene.
But all it's gonna take is that one, and I think once is
that's what I'm
the one.
And that's what like my homie Kyron just said. He had an interview and he was like, if like people started working together in the city and started like, you feel me, helping each other boost their careers, like we could really make it work. But it's like nobody out there like that. So
maybe that could start with you. Somebody gotta open the door and do it. To be a leader.
I'll try.
So who you like music as far as now? Like who are you like to listen to on your personal time?
Nipsey Hussle, Mozzie. I like the Northern California wave, like the MBK wave. I like the Chicago niggas, New York niggas. I like music. I like music. If it's good, I'll listen to it.
And you recently just had a show in San Antonio. How was it performing in a whole different place that you've never even been to before?
Man, I was nervous before I got there, but then I kind of got used to it. But I don't know, especially like the crowd, it wasn't like my type of crowd. I'm from out of state, you feel me? So I mean, I feel like it wasn't completely like bad, but it was just need more practice, you feel me? Need more up and name.
But that's good though that you got to hit the road,
Yeah,
so
sure.
For you doing that, it shows that you're not just thinking of your local about your state, but you're going on a national road, man. So I commend you. I commend you on that. Yeah. You got your manager, Speed. Shout out to Speed, man.
Yes, sir.
Speed, how did y'all even link up?
We linked up because our boy Kai over here. Cause like I think it was probably like for months he was trying to get me to check out some of his music or whatever. But like the first time he like brought up WAP, then I just went on like YouTube and I just looked up like all of his music and just listened to every single song or video that I could see that popped up on his page or whatever. And then I already was like aware of him and knew who he was or whatever. So then I think maybe this is like last month or something. He asked me to be his manager, so we like, y'all at OKC. So we had like a little meeting and everything, probably like a good hour and stuff. And then, I immediately just got to work, start, putting in like the necessary, requirements so I could do what he asked me within that phone call, really. We talked about a lot of different things. That's why even he's here now and have the show and stuff, because he told me he wanted to start traveling a little more to do more shows outside of just OKC. So then, I just made sure I hopped on that real quick, just like with my other artist, Roller Main. I was doing the same thing with him because he basically came to me at like talking about the same exact thing as WAP was. So I'm like a position, to get a lot of work done. I'm always making moves 24/7. I'm always hopping city to city. So basically, ever since Kyle linked up with me about WAP, and then, we just gonna keep the ball rolling with this shit, really.
So, WAP, I want to ask, what was it about Speed that, you decided, like, hey, this is a guy that should be managing me?
Man, he been doing his thing. Like, he got a name. You could tell by the chain. Like, man, I seen really the homie Kai. He put me on, and he sent me his Instagram, and I was checking him out. And he done shot for hella famous people. Sauce Walker. I don't even remember all the people. He could name it, but and I was like, you feel me? He was really. I seen he had access to the connections and shit I needed, so I had to hit him up.
And how important is that for you? Because a lot of people, you got a lot of connections. They stingy with them. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that. So how important for that is you?
Well, I mean, I kind of just stay in my own lane and do things the way that, like, I know I'm a man of God, you know what I mean? So I kind of follow what I feel like God tells me to do with certain things. So it's just like with Kai introducing me with WOP or any other person I'm linked up with or artists or people that hit me up all the time for things. If I really have like a true feeling about you and like I know that you have good intentions, then naturally I'll be able to be in a position to do those things that you want me to do because God's already putting me in positions to do things. But if I link up or match up with somebody that's kind of like on a different lane than what I'm on, then even if I have good intentions, no matter how many connections I have or who I know, I can't really help them out or do things in a genuine way. See, because of how we linked up through someone that I already knew for years, then it made it easier to make that natural, connection. So that way, once I found out about WAP, once I found out about his music, once I, got a vibe for like who he was and what he's trying to do, especially just talking to him on the phone, and then now, we finally met in person, then, it's a lot easier for me. It's not about the connections, it's just I can get the job done naturally because I already know the direction it needs to go.
So, what's some things that you learned from him so far since y'all been working together?
I'm gonna say he definitely taught me like in like the music industry, like in this business, you can't move how you think you want to move. You feel me? You can't do everything you want. You gotta play by the rules, especially people above you. You feel me? They be breaking them, but you gotta do what's in the best interest that's gonna help you, and not like do what you want to do.
I want to pass it back to you, Speed. You're older than him, obviously. So are you playing kind of like that big brother mentor outside of managing?
I mean, like I'm only 26. I ain't really that old.
But you look.
But like as far as like, it's more so just respect. You know what I mean? I'm all about respect. And it's even like when you coming up and you're younger and you got people, they like, try to sun you and stuff and put you in a certain position just because of your age or whatever. I don't even be looking at it like that. Like I didn't even know for a minute he was only 18. I thought he was a little bit older because the way he even presents himself, he doesn't just seem like he's so young either. So for me to just assume or feel like I need to be in that big brother position and this and that and the third just because he trusted me to be inside the position to lead him in the right direction as his manager, that to me that's selfish. You know what I mean? It's more natural and genuine if I just treat him like how I would treat anybody respectfully, just because, he is an artist I'm managing now, just because he's younger than me, like that has nothing to do with it other than the fact that like the goal is to help him succeed. The goal is to help him be in, a better position to make, better choices than he could probably even make in Oklahoma City or anything that, he's from. So the position he just gave me, I really don't have to be an older brother rather than just, leading them through the right doors.
That's good. WAP, I want to pass it back to you. Is it easy trusting someone that you, like I said, y'all never met until for him to start managing you? Was that an easy process for you?
I'm gonna say it was easy for the fact like that I already knew Kai for a long time. Like I done shot videos with him, talked to him, smoked with him. Like that's really like a genuine friend for real. So like the fact that he was putting me onto him, it made it a little bit easier. But it's still like, you feel me? I haven't met him in person before until now, so it was like, just stepping in it, like testing the waters. But so far it's been pretty smooth. I feel like it's been pretty good.
How do y'all make it work as far as y'all being in different states on the managing aspect? You know what I'm saying? Is it communication on a daily?
Yeah. Like I put everybody in the group chat, so then it's like if anything pops up or I have any like updates of what's going on, cause I'm always like really busy. I'm kind of like I'm like a workaholic. I really I like to have fun, but a lot of times my fun is working, which is why I even started doing the things that I'm doing. I'm all the way from Chicago, so being in Texas, I feel like the odds are already kind of against me in that aspect, other than just where I'm from, like personally. So I feel like because he told me his background, what he deals with, and what he has going on, I can relate to it. So every day when I'm making moves or I'm doing what I gotta do for myself, for my own business, or as a man, I still have in the back of my mind like, hey, WOP, he need me to be, trying to look for something else to help him out more. Just because we're working and we're getting shit done every day doesn't mean that I can't apply those same things, to WOP in my personal life or my business life, whether he knows it or not. So as soon as something pops up, I kind of just, let them know what's going on, what's on my mind. Then, pretty much me, WOP, and Kai kind of talk it out. And then we pretty much, that's how we even decided to make the decisions for him to come out here for this show and, even do the interview and stuff and everything.
Well, look, Speed, I appreciate you tapping me in. You always been a good dude.
Yeah,
You're a
what's
good
up?
dude. Yeah, I want to let you know, man, you got a good dude with you, like, for real. Like, I don't really rock with a lot of people on outside of, saying behind the scenes, but Speed a good dude, man. So he's a real good dude, man. Very talented, you know what I'm saying? So, but I commend you on taking on that managing role because there's a lot of artists coming in the game they're not educated on, and they need that guidance. You know what I mean? Because some of them, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it's good that you're kind of showing him the ropes and willing to take on that responsibility. So I commend you for that. And commend you, too, because a lot of artists don't want a manager. They feel like they're going to do it by themselves. Yeah. Or they feel like they know everything, which they don't. I'll commend y'all now. But what else you got coming up, though, this year, man? What can the fans expect from you?
Man, right now I'm stepping into it like I'm brand new for real. I'm just going to keep dropping videos, see what shows I could get into, really. But they could expect some new music for sure.
Do y'all have plans on eventually doing like a small promo tour or anything in the works that you got planned for him, Speed?
Like a small promo tour?
Like a promo tour, city to city,
Well, the main thing, what we recently been talking about is because, South by Southwest, is coming up in March and, spring break and everything. And, it kind of just depends on what his schedule is looking like and what he has going on. And because he is in a different state, we got to, like, arrange things in the right way so that, it actually is beneficial and it's actually something worth his time. And he's not just, kind of just getting thrown out there when he really still, is learning the area and the scene and stuff like that. Because the main goal definitely is to keep bringing him to Texas a whole lot more. And whether he's performing in San Antonio again, or Austin, or Dallas, or Houston, wherever, it's more so like I'm looking for, the right places to kind of like introduce him around Texas. And then I already know, since he's from California, whatever, those other things that could be in the works, because, I usually go to Cali like maybe once or twice a year, I go a whole lot more, but I be focusing on my stuff out here more than, just in California. But with WOP, then it's like, I'm actually been thinking about, going to California more also just so he can go out there to where he's actually from and perform, especially the style of music, type of flow and everything that he has, and the style of music he has is really that California style that's been popular for the last few years. So it's like, it's just fundamental to me to kind of put him in places where he's already kind of, has a background, while also introduce him to Texas and how things are done out here. Just like how things from where I'm from in Chicago are different than how things are handled out here in Texas. Whether it's like, business-wise in the music industry, or who's the big dogs, or, who's calling all the shots, who's the artist trying to come up and knows this person or that person. It's like I'm trying to put WOP and my other artists in positions where they can meet those people and shake their hands, and, they can actually do genuine business and make real music outside of it being just all about the competition, who has the most money, or, who has the most guns or whatever. It's all about just, to me, making good music while also being able to work with multiple parties that might not even share the same interests or things that you may share. It's just the fact that that's business, you don't have to, try and step on everybody's neck versus, you can do what you need to do while also, doing what's also best for you at the same time without trying to make it too complicated.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate y'all, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Y'all and the whole team. Shout out to Kai, too, behind it, who's in the building as well. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you for coming to Texas, man. You know, your first interview. First on the Soldier Boy. You the first Oklahoma artist on the channel. So, you know, when I go back out there, man, you going to be the first one. So anybody else try to say, you're going to be the first one from Oklahoma to come on this platform, man. I appreciate y'all, boys. And, you know, good luck to y'all, man. And I hope the best for y'all.
Man, appreciate you, bro, for everything.
One love.